Oklahoma and Arkansas and Kansas. I mean,
Yes,
just
it's awful. And Jefferson City, Missouri, where the capital of Missouri got hit really bad. I really hated that.
and this is the area of the country that feeds the world.
That's
It
right.
feeds the world. We're not, there's agriculture that happens everywhere, but Mid-America farms that's the life bread of everyone.
Yes.
And so our hearts go out to those people. Now, you've got a big old show coming up in Bell Buckle.
I do belt. Ron over here says it better than I do. Or Jerry Overcast says it better maybe. But
Well, we're going to meet a whole crew of people, but that you got here. Now, see, I got all the information right here in front of me, and it's going to be Friday, June the 7th. It's the same week of CMA Music Fest. A lot of folks coming into town, and one of the biggest complaints I've ever had about CMA Music Fest is we can't find any of the legends. We can't find any of the legends. Well, I'm going to tell you where you can find them. It's going to be in Bell Buckle. And it's Leona Williams, Ron Williams, and Brenda Lynn Allen, who are all in studio with us right now. So welcome, everybody.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
We're excited. Now, Ron, would you tell us a little bit about Bell Buckle and what this wonderful venue is about? Because we've had several people talk about shows in Bell Buckle. Our friend Stella Parton was telling us about it.
Yeah, we've got Stella actually coming up this week, this Friday night, and we got Leona next Friday night. But Bell Buckle is a beautiful little venue.
Mm-hmm.
We've been doing it there now for a couple of years or so, a little more, actually longer, but consistently for 2 or 3 years now, and we've been building it up. We've had, you name them, T. Graham Brown, Ronnie McDowell, Sylvia.
Mm-hmm.
We try to bring good entertainers that, and the people don't get enough real country music. I mean, just pure and simple, and we're blessed, and to have Leona Williams coming and Brenda Lynn Allen. I met her a few months ago, and amazing artist. And Ron, of course, well, that's Ron. I mean, Ron, a great voice, and it's going to be a great show. So our tickets are available on our website or by phone.
Well, here's the place. It's going to be in Bell Buckle Banquet Hall, 27 Railroad Square in Bell Buckle, Tennessee. It's a lovely little place if you've never been to Bell Buckle. And onfireconcerts.com is how you get the tickets.
Right.
We're going to play a song real quick by Leona just to kind of get us started. Yes, ma'am, he found me in a honky-tonk. And I love it. You just have been writing songs for a long time. And we're going to ask you about Merle because we always do.
That's just fine with me.
And you might tell us something.
You just asked me to tell you. I know.
Because you know.
Devon, I didn't know till the...
This Friday night it's going to be Stella Parton, our other sister. We're going to talk about songwriting. We're going to hear from this new young lady that she's brought along with her. And here's some music from Ron Williams as well, her son, and talk a little bit about some great country music and some legendary stories. And this lady has got them. And we've got traffic for you. Richard Thomas, real-time traffic.
Well, is one exit, and but it's a beautiful little place and a great little venue, great staff, and everybody. We've been blessed there. So.
Well, we always hear about historic Bell Buckle, Tennessee.
They have the world's largest moon pie festivals coming up on the 16th of June.
It is. RC Moon Pie.
And they will have 50,000 plus in town.
Oh my gosh.
It's incredible. And then, Leona, you're part of this wonderful, this venue that's in Bell Buckle. I was talking about, I went to see you at the Midnight Jamboree, and it was a night that you were under the weather, and I said, you know how much clout you have to have Connie Smith hit at the last minute for you?
Yeah, sweet little Connie Smith. And you can't hardly beat Miss Connie.
I know. It was a wonderful, wonderful night, and look forward to having you on that stage again, because love you on the Midnight Jamboree. But you have a song, everybody's recorded your music, and I want to just talk about you, the songwriter. Now, you wrote a lot of songs, not just with Merle Haggard, but songs that he recorded, and other people, like you wrote the song Dallas.
Yes, Connie Smith. She had a top 10 record of that. And also, the first song I ever had anything to do with, Loretta Lynn did it on her Don't Come Home Drinking album. And Tammy Wynette did some of my songs. She even did Dallas, recorded it. And Ray Price.
Oh, just a few.
I just...
Ray Price to wrap around, that vocal, to wrap around a song.
It's wonderful. The song's called The Way It Was, Still the Way It Is.
You know, that's something about country music that I miss, and it's the turn of a phrase that is traditional country. And that's something that you've always been known for. Now, I got to ask about the Bull and the Beaver.
Okay.
That's you and Merle.
We wrote that together. Yes, we did. I was trying to get Merle to go to Opryland and to get out and do something else besides just go do the show. And so, anyways, we went to Opryland one day, and we got out there, and so, you know, it's a natural thing. People want autographs, you know, and Merle said, let's get out of here. And we went around, we went to backstage at the Opry and came in the backstage, and so the next thing you know, we're on stage with Porter and everybody on the Opry. And of course, I was on there a lot back in those days. And so then I told Merle I'd like to have a CB radio. And so we were going to go to Gatlinburg, right? So we're riding along, and he said, well, what would your handle be? I hadn't even thought of that, you know. He said, how about the Beaver from Missouri? I said, oh, well, okay, that sounds pretty good since I'm from Missouri, you know. And I said, what would your handle be? And about that time we passed this big old billboard that said, Bull of the Woods chewing tobacco. I said, oh, you be the Bull of the Woods then, you know. So we started laughing, and we never did get to Gatlinburg. We wrote that song and came back to Nashville, recorded it, put it out. It was a top 10 record for us.
I just love that. We're going to hear that a little bit later, but let's introduce this
Yes.
sweet lady next to you, Brenda Lynn Allen, and you're a new crop of legendary country singers. We're just gonna a legend in the making. How about that?
Yes. Well, I'm definitely among legends today, and you as well. I've been a fan of yours for a long time too.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm excited about this show coming up.
Well, I've asked you to play something live. See?
Yes. I had a very dear friend who wrote this song, and I'll be performing it at the show as well. He passed away at the end of March. He always wanted to hear his song on WSM, and I know he's hearing it today. This is by Bobby Fricks. I hear your voice at night, and I wake up to find myself alone and crying. Every car I hear pull up sounds like that big red pickup truck that you still drive. Every bike I see out on the road reminds me of the times you took me riding. Everything I do still includes you, even though it's been months since I crossed your mind. You used to send me flowers. Every day the sun would shine. We'd sit and talk for hours. So I was always on your mind. The phone just seems to have stopped ringing. You don't see me anymore. I'm not out of my mind, but I must be out of yours. The nights we used to spend together are only memories to me. Flowers never see the sunshine brightly as it used to be. The voice you used to keep me going just seems to haunt me anymore. I'm not out of my mind, but I must be out of I'm not out of my mind, but I must be out of yours. No, I'm not out of my mind, but I must be out of yours.
Brenda
you.
Lynn Allen.
For such a solemn song, it was hard not to smile knowing I was here with y'all today at WSM Studios singing it.
I love it. There's, and people say that nobody's making traditional country music anymore, and that's not true.
That's not true.
It's a lot of people. Ron Williams, we haven't talked to you yet. Pull that microphone over there. And when I start asking your mama questions, you get this smile on your face. You're awfully proud of her, aren't you?
Well, I'm proud of her, and I think of kind of funny things that I've heard her say, or we've talked about. We drive lots of miles to go and bring our show to places all around the country, and we have a ball. We have a great time, and so it kind of makes me smile when I think of these stories that she's talking.
You have, the two of you perform a lot, and whenever you play the Midnight Jamboree, you're both on stage, and so we would be remiss not playing some of your songs too. So when we come back, we're going to check the top of the hour, good stuff going on, and then we'll play some Ron Williams music. How about that?
Honored, thank you.
And that song, Bull and the Beaver. Sure, we're going to play that too.
Talk about home, but without realtors.
Ron, you're welcome to play. I know you didn't want to sing today, but y'all both welcome to sing.
But I wish we just heard from Brenda Lynn Allen. We have Ron Johnson in from this wonderful venue in Bell Buckle, Tennessee. Leona Williams, you are the queen.
Well, thank you.
You just are. We're going to be talking more about your songwriting, but we're going to play your baby boy. Is that okay?
I would love that.
I know you would, because you look at him the same way he looks at you, like you so proud. Just adore him.
I am proud of him. I love him whenever we do our shows together. Whenever we can, we do our shows together and travel and whatever. But when he sings, it's like, be real quiet. I want to hear Ron.
What song are we going to play of yours, Ron?
This is off of my last album. I did my Foolproof album. Got some great players on it. Mike Johnson and Larry Franklin and those guys.
Oh, yeah.
Just the best. But it's called Maybe Love Will Save the Day. I'm going to be doing this on this show coming up here in Bell Buckle.
I tell you what, allergies are killing me. I knew when I was unpacking the alfalfa pellets, I knew I was going to get the face.
Different ones. Gene Watson, she sang with, it's just sort of that real signature voice back there. It just makes the sound of the record. So, yeah, I'm honored. Anytime she'll sing with me, I'm honored.
Well, we're just honored to have you here. Now, I know that everybody always asks you about stories, but how hard has it been to be a chick songwriter, singer in this town? Because you're a songwriter, singer. You really have written, when you start coming into this town and you start writing songs, it was literally, when you got to town, it was a boys' club.
Well, when I was writing songs and all that and first starting to record, I really didn't think much about it. I just wrote them down, and it's not like I pitched them, because my first songs was with Think of Rose, and I'd written Connie's song Dallas and different songs, and Wilhelm Agency had Get What You Got and Go, the Loretta Lynn song. So I just wrote what I felt, and when I went to record, I'd see if I could maybe record this myself, or who would this be good for, So I'm sorry I'm hoarse, but I'm trying to.
That's okay. I'm just glad you had cough drops, because we're both hacking in here. It's like it's one of those kind of days,
These allergies.
I know, they'll get you.
Yeah.
Whenever you pitched songs, and I know you didn't have to pitch many of them, but did you ever go into the studio when someone was recording and say, I got this song, you might want to hear it? Or did it just happen a little bit more organically than that?
No, actually, I've never done that except when I was with Merle. Well, a lot of people don't know our story, but
well, tell it.
I was with Merle 9 years, and Merle liked Yes Ma'am and my record of Once More and some of my records in the beginning. So he asked Ronnie Reno, told him that he'd like to meet me. So anyway, they were recording the Jimmy Rogers album over here. And so Ronnie called me, and I went downtown, and I met Merle and everybody, and that's the first time I sang with Merle. Was he said, "Come in here in the vocal booth and sit in here with me, give me confidence." I said, "Oh my God!" And so
Give
anyway,
Merle Haggard confidence.
yeah,
that's it.
I know.
Because he needed
a good
some,
singer
yeah.
like that, and a good band and stuff. So I sat in there with him, and he said, "Sing on this." So I did a song called "Where Have All the Hobos Gone?" I sang the harmonies on that. But anyway, later he wanted me to join the show and all that stuff, and I say this all in fun. We got to having too much fun out there, and we got married. But I was with Merle on the road I was with him 9 years, and we got married. Our marriage was only close to 6 years, but Buck Trent said, "Now, Leona, it wasn't long, but it was long enough, I guess." So anyways, I laugh about all that stuff because, you could be sad about it, but I'm not. It's just,
It's just life.
it is.
It just happens, and it's part of the story. Now, have you written your book yet?
No, I haven't found maybe the right person to do it for me, but I'd like to do that sometime.
I think you should, because I know there's stories that you have yet to tell, and I always find that the stories from the women in this town are so interesting, because there's all the, there are a lot of people in Hollywood had the Me Too movement and all that stuff, but I think about the women who have forged the trail in country music. I think that, wow, you guys didn't worry about YouTube movements and all, Me Too movements and all that other stuff. You just hung with it and you just did it.
We did it. We tried to get out there and do the best job we knew how on stage, look decent, and that's kind of what I learned that from Loretta. She says, "Now, Leona, you watch what you wear out there." When I was with her, I was the kid, But Loretta was just the best. I worked with her playing upright bass in her first band.
No kidding.
The Blue Kentuckians. J. Lee Webb, her brother, was playing lead. Jerry Murhar was playing steel. Ron here, my kids' dad, he played drums. And we worked with Loretta for almost a year. The band was called the Blue Kentuckians, and we traveled everywhere. And we had the best time. Loretta was such a wonderful woman, and we played some clubs, and Loretta said, "Now, we're going to be playing a club tonight. Now, you can come out of here just as good as you was when you went in if you'll just be like that," or something like that. So I always think about all the wonderful advice she gave to somebody that was just getting started like me,
She does give good advice, and I've heard that from a lot of people.
Sweet
And
woman.
she gave a lot of people a lot of help, and how you dress. And she certainly, she has those dresses.
Yeah.
Loretta has the dresses.
She does. Beautiful dresses, for sure.
And she always, if someone's going to pay a ticket to see you, she feels like you ought to dress for the people that came to pay the ticket,
Yeah, that's it.
Well, we're going to hear another one of your songs in just a second. When we come back, that Bull and the Beaver song, we'll play that coming up. But first, we're going to take a look at real-time traffic. Richard Thomas? Leona Williams in studio with us. You said that was fun. What was that like to record that? What happened in the studio that day?
That was a lot of fun. We were in there, and Merle was always had a lot of fun aggravating me and teasing me about stuff, So they wrote down this big note to, some things to say, and I said that last part there, and I said, "Oh no, I didn't want you to keep that part," and that's what they put on there. But anyways, didn't want Grandma to hear it.
That was so funny. Did you ever get in trouble? I mean, did you ever, one of the things that was interesting, now, we just found this, Ron just told me this. You were the first female to do a live from prison album. A record, we know about, Folsom Prison and all those made in prison albums, but the first female to do one?
Well, Merle had lots of great ideas, and he thought it'd be really neat for a woman to go to a prison and do a live album. I'm that girl, And I said, "Well, sure, but I always say this all in fun, too. He knew the ropes because he was stationed there at San Quentin for 3 years." But I always say this, too. Whenever we were there that day, his whole band, the Strangers, you know, Norm Hamlet and Roy Nichols, all of us was there. And so I always say this all in fun. I said, he even showed me his cell. It wasn't his cell phone either. But anyways, it was quite an experience. And I wrote a song called Prisons Aren't Only for Men. And Merle had written the title of the album. What gave him the idea to go there was called San Quentin, You Have Taken the One and Only Man I'll Ever Love.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Do you still write all the time? Because the way that you describe writing, it's just so prolific. It just was always happening. You go to Loretta's house, and she's got a stack. Sean Camp described it. He said he walked to her house, and there was like this box of pieces of paper with song ideas. And do you have a box of song ideas?
I do. I have a lot of song ideas. Now I wish I had time to look at them, you know.
Because you're
And
on
I've
the
been
road all the
saving
time.
them, you know, for a long time. And once in a while something will come up. Well, I'll have to look in that box, you know.
Well, you are going to be on stage in Bell Buckle. Now, tell us a little bit. Ron Johnson's here with us, and tell me how people can get tickets to this event. It's going to be June the 7th. If you're coming in for CMA Music Fest, you can just Bell Buckle's a very short drive east of town.
Right. It's a 45-minute to an hour drive east of Nashville. But you can get your tickets on our website at onfireconcerts.com, or you can call 615-427-1925, and they're glad to help you there. So we would love to have you come out. You will be glad you did. And there's also, before the show, there's always a buffet that you can buy from the venue, which is great food. It's prepared by the Bell Buckle Cafe, if you've ever
Ooh,
ate
it's some
that.
good stuff.
So they actually own the venue, so they do the buffet. And it's amazing food. So, you know, it's you can get tickets on our website, onfireconcerts.com. Call us, 615-427-1925.
And of course, anybody who needs anything, you can go to our website on Nashville Today. We'll put all that information up so you can get information about the concert there. Brenda Lynn Allen, it's so good to meet you.
It's so great to meet you. I actually did meet you one time really quick in passing, and I've been a fan for a long time, but I had a show in downtown Franklin, and I got to meet you, and I said, she's just such a bright light. So, yeah.
Thank you for saying
So,
that.
It's good to see you again.
Takes one to know one.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for singing for us. And Ron Williams, it's so wonderful to hear your voice on WSM.
I'm honored again to, this is the flagship station. I mean, this is country music.
Well,
in
it is
Nashville.
country music. Well, you keep it
And
country
it's an
too.
honor.
Thank you. And we look
Yes.
forward to seeing you on stage in Bell Buckle.
Thank you.
Leona, I don't even know where to even start with you because you have so many great songs and so many great stories, but you are welcome anytime to I just want to sit and talk with you more, but that's why I said, come in earlier. We had just come in earlier and we just could stay here all day, but can I close with, there's a great album that you have of Leona Sings Merle.
That'd be great.
I love that.
Thank
and
you, Devon, for everything.
there's a song called Someday When Things Are Good.
Yes, I wrote that little song.
Wrote that little song from Merle Haggard.
I had to write it one time.
Well, I just encourage everybody who's listening to delve into the collection of Leona Williams music. Just do and find out when someone has songs recorded by Ray Price. Just Ray Price alone. Let's just talk about that. And then you've got people like Connie Smith, the greatest voices of all time, George Jones, that wrap around your voice or have you sing with them. You will not be disappointed, and by all means get a ticket on June 7th to see her and this wonderful cast of characters on stage in Bell Buckle.